it is time for a new video, and today is going to be my first reading vlog for this year's round of Blackathon, which is a readathon originally created by Jessie from Bowties and Books, and it's all about, reading books by Black authors set during Black History Month. And there are 3 co-hosts who are hosting. There's basically, this year it's divided into 4 teams, and there are 3 co-hosts for that. For Team Science Fiction Fantasy, it is Starla from Starla Enjoys. Then there's Team Thriller, Mystery, and Horror, which is hosted by Jessie themselves. Then there's Team Literature, Contemporary Nonfiction, which is hosted by Shane from Luxurious Blue. And then there's Team Romance, which is hosted by Fudwa from Word Wonders. And there's also different challenges of there's gonna be a challenge week. And wait, I need to check the Google Doc. Obviously, of course, all the hosts are going to be linked down below, along with the document with the entire schedule and information, because obviously you've probably seen some of the hosts or all the hosts talk about this and explain it, but if you haven't, then I wanted to introduce it a little bit. But all the information is going to be linked down below in one place. But there is going to be a week-long challenge from February 7th to February 13th, and there's different YouTube challenges, and then there's going to be different Instagram challenges. There's also going to be a 24-hour readathon happening from February 12th to 13th, which I really want to participate in. And I want to participate in everything, and I actually was taking a little bit of a break from YouTube, and so I don't want to go, a part of me is I should take things easy, but at the same time I actually really missed filming. Even though I didn't film for 2 weeks, for me that's really a lot, because it made me see how much I actually film, and it's basically every day almost. And so I'm really excited, and I am going to be moving at the beginning of next month, and it is something that is extremely anxiety inducing for me. And so I feel I always use books as escapism and my main coping mechanism, but I feel this month I need it more than ever, and so I want to get lost in books and share that with you even more than normal. And so I didn't even say that I'm actually going to be choosing the team Romance, obviously. So I'm ready to read a shit ton of books for Team Romance, so I am going to mainly be focusing on romances, but I do think I'm going to sprinkle in some fantasy as well, and I have a YA contemporary book and also maybe some middle grade, so I am excited. And I also didn't say that each team has different prompts, so I think what I'm going to go through is just for Team Romance, and then maybe later on I might mention some other prompts, because I think the way it works is that you choose a team, but you can obviously read other genres as well and count it for your team. And I might look at the other prompts from the other teams just for fun, to give me some inspiration for what to pick as for books. And now I want to mention a few books that are my TBR, the top of my TBR, but then we're finally gonna get into the vlog. But if you don't want to see the TBR and you want to skip to the vlog, there are, as always, going to be timestamps. But before I actually tell you the TBR, after this update, there's something exciting happening that I already filmed some clips for, and that is I read my 1000th book ever on Goodreads, and I spent hours trying to decide what the fuck I should pick for that, because it just I'm gonna explain it in the I already explained it in the other clips that I'm gonna share with you after this, so I'm not gonna talk about it for too long right now. But it was a big deal, and I'm so happy that I can include it in this vlog, because I didn't know what to pick and what vlog to include it in. And so I'm gonna be reading Will You Be Mine by Rosie Adams, which is a Black love romance. Rosie Adams is a Black indie author, and she writes absolutely incredible romances. I love her so much. She's one of my absolute favorites. And so I'm going to be sharing that reading experience with you after this. So that is the first thing that's going to be happening. But then let's see what other options I have as the things on top of my TBR. So Drag Me Up by R.M. Virtues. I have mentioned this book before. I have it on my 22 books to read in 2022, and I think that is one of the first books that I'm going to read. So it is a Hades and Persephone retelling. I just know I'm going to love it. It's also a pretty short book, and I'm super excited for it. So I definitely want to read this. I don't know if it counts for, it might work for a book with a romance between 2 Black people, but I'm not entirely sure, so I need to double check. Um, Technically, Will You Be Mine works for that, but I'm going to mention that later. I started the book like at the end of January, and so I don't know if I can, fully count it, but obviously I'm going to read a lot more books, so there are going to be books that work for that, but maybe it works for that. Then I have the YA contemporary that I mentioned, and that is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. So I've been slightly avoiding this book because I know that Nicola Yoon writes really beautiful books, but they often have like kind of a bittersweet, slightly sad ending. Well, it depends on like I definitely read The Sun Is Also a Star and Everything, and I don't know if Nicola Yoon has other books. Yeah, but either way, I do think this book is gonna have a bittersweet ending, and like the reason why I love romance so much is because it has a guaranteed happy ending, and I just have not been I haven't had the capacity to read books that are gonna wreck me for ages, and so I'm scared. But I don't know, I actually I think I'm gonna love it. Like, I just have a feeling that I'm gonna really enjoy this, and I don't know much about it, but I know that there's like dancing in it, and that the main character doesn't like really believe in love anymore, and then she's gonna fall in love, obviously. This does work for the prompt of a book with a romance between two Black people, and I think that is all. But I just adore this cover. I have this beautiful floppy copy, and since I'm gonna be moving, I need to get through as many books on my TBR as possible. I do think I'm going to do like other vlogs to read books on my physical TBR, like as many as possible. But yeah, and the last book that I have physically here is Redemptor by Jordan Ifueko. This is the sequel to Raybearer, and this is like the last book since it's a duology. And I'm super excited. I'm actually like getting really in the mood for this, which is amazing because if you know me, you know that I have been kind of struggling with fantasy, but at the same time, I feel like I'm really figuring out what works and doesn't work in fantasy for me. And since I loved Raybearer and there's super strong found family in it, I think I am gonna love this. And actually, I'm looking at my reading spreadsheet. I haven't read a single fantasy book this year. I read three fantasy romances, but I haven't read a single like fantasy book. And that might not sound like that, crazy, since like this is like, it is the 2nd of February, but I already read over 30 books. So I think it's time. Like, this is like weirding me out. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, anyways, a book that I have here right in front of me that I think I'm gonna like read as my next audiobook is The Kindred by Alicia Dao. Once again, we actually have a book that isn't really fully just like a romance. It is a YA sci-fi book with romance. And I don't know much about it besides that I think one of the main characters is like a royal, and the two of them are gonna like save the world together or something. And I loved The Sound of Stars by Alicia Dao, and so I'm really excited for this. And so yes, and the last book I think I'm gonna mention for now is a romance, and that is, I have it on my Kindle, Secrets of a One Night Stand by Naima Simone. I love Naima Simone, and last week, I think, I read another book by her, which was Vows in Name Only, which is from the same imprint. And it might be the same series, but there's like so many I can't keep up. But the Harlequin Desire imprint, I feel like it has a lot of books, like so many different books to choose from. And I feel like recently it's been getting like quite diverse as well in terms of like it having people of color, not really in terms of queerness. But I just have been enjoying them really a lot. I feel like there's just something about it that is always so addicting for me to read, and they're always, I think the standard is like 220 pages, so it's a really short novel, and every single time I just fly through it. So I feel like that is a perfect book to just like fly through and, just like read really quickly and feel super accomplished and happy. So I think I'm gonna read that. And also, like, I really like Naima Simone's writing. I feel like her romances are really great. They're really emotional and kind of angsty and steamy as well. So I think those are the main things that I have planned. I have quite a few books on Kindle Unlimited as well, and like romance novellas, but I think I'm not going to mention those just yet because I do feel like I want to save some of them for the 24-hour readathon. But yeah, I really need to shut up now because this intro has been really long. So I am going to catch up with you when I make some progress with reading, but I'm super excited. Again, all the hosts are linked down below, so definitely go subscribe to them and follow them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and let's just get straight into it and go back to my past self reading my 1000th book on Goodreads. Something exciting is happening, and so I'm doing an update. So I probably would have already mentioned this in the intro to this video, which I'm still not sure what video it's going to be exactly, but I found out that I'm super close to 1,000 books read on Goodreads, which is just like so fucking wild to me that like I can't comprehend it. Like my brain just like short circuits every time I think about it. Obviously, it's a very exciting thing. And so I spent all day, literally hours, thinking about what book I should pick for it, and then like deciding on something and then changing my mind. And I've been stressing myself out so much to a point that it was just getting so fucking ridiculous, and now we're finally doing this. I finally know what I'm gonna read. I am someone who puts a lot of thought into some specific things when it comes to like big milestones like this. Like, I don't know, I feel like some people would not understand, but I'm sure there are other people like me. And so for me, it's like if there's, for the first book and last book in every year the past 2 years, I put a lot of thought into that. And then like if there's, you know, like 100th book of the year or something, and like these things, I always just like put a lot of thought into them because to me it's just meaningful, and I really enjoy picking some books that I feel like are gonna be either like meaningful, that I'm gonna really connect with, or just books that I think I'm gonna absolutely love and enjoy and all of that, you know? And so obviously I had to pick something good for this, and I'm really happy with my choice now, and that is I'm reading Will You Be Mine by Rosie. It was a very like spontaneous decision, but I immediately was like, this is it. This is it. Cause like here's the thing that I realized when I was reading the first book of the year. With things like this, I put so much pressure on it, and like there are so many things that I worry about so much for absolutely no reason, and like that is a feeling I know way too well as someone who has anxiety. But like there are just like these little specific things that literally are so like they're fully in my control, that like literally I can do whatever I want with it, but I still panic about it. And so I knew if I picked like a kind of longer book, that like the entire time that I'd be reading it, I would be thinking like I have to read it quickly, I have to read only that and nothing else. And I hate that as someone who likes to read a million things at a time, you know? And I read so much that like there's, you know, like if I start another book, there's a high chance I'm gonna finish it and then I can't finish that other book. But anyways, I need to shut the fuck up at this point, because we all get it, you know? I just care about this, and that's all. But the reason why I'm picking this book is that I just think I'm gonna love it. I think it's gonna be super fun, and it's really short. It's like 120 pages or something, which is perfect because I just want something short. I haven't actually started it yet, but I just saved it on my Kindle, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. And the reason why I'm picking this is also that Rosie Adams is one of my favorite authors. I love her so much. And second is that this was actually the first book that I ever heard like people talk about by Rosie, and so like that is how I found her. I still remember how many people like were talking about it, and it sounded so good, and it's best friends to lovers, one of my favorite tropes ever. And so like I obviously added it to my TBR, but I just like I then read a million of other books by Rosie, but I still have not read this one. I'm so excited. Like I really like I'm so relieved as well, because seriously, I was losing my mind today. Like I was literally like starting to panic so hard. I was getting so anxious just because I didn't know what to do, and this is perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you soon after I start the book.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
I started the book and I'm already enjoying it so much. And I mean, I had no doubt, but I'm so excited. And I also wanted to mention, I always feel like people must already know about the book I'm about to mention, but obviously not everyone does. And like the other reason why I'm so excited to read this, I'm not entirely sure if Go Deep was my first book that I read by Rosie, but I kind of think it is. If it's not, it's the first one where I fell in love with her writing, and it is the book that fully solidified my love for best friends to lovers. And like honestly, even though I said it's like one of my favorite tropes, it's honestly my favorite trope that like describes the couple dynamic. So, you know, there are the tropes that are like forced proximity or like the only one bed trope and like all of that, and I absolutely adore those like at the same level, but they don't describe the vibe between the two main characters, you know. And so like I actually also vlogged about this, and I said in that vlog after reading it that like Best Friends to Lovers is fucking iconic and is the best thing ever. And so that is why I'm even more excited to be reading Will You Be Mine, and I'm so happy because I'm loving it so much. So yes, this is absolutely like one of my all-time favorite books. I even reread this. Oh my gosh, I just realized I reread this as my last book of last year. And I adored it just as much the second time. And so, yes, Will You Be Mine? I honestly don't know what more to say about it. I didn't read that much of it, but I already love the two main characters, and they like that is the thing that I adored in Go Deep, and I'm feeling in this as well, is that like they have a really strong bond as best friends, but there's also already like tiny sparks of chemistry, and it just gives me life. Like the combination of that is the best thing ever, and I can't wait to see like the pining and like, you know, all the development. And I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I'm pretty sure that like the heroine has to go to this wedding of her first love who broke her heart, and she is invited to his wedding, and I'm pretty sure that like the two of them are gonna go there together and they're gonna like fake date, and that is like so fun. I'm so excited. So yeah. So I'm gonna go get ready for bed and I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. So it's actually 2 days later now. Yesterday I just was in a really weird mood, and I could not focus on reading for the life of me, and so I kind of took a break from reading. The past like week or two, I feel like I have had that issue way more than normal, but I just like decided that I'm including this in my first Blackathon vlog, and I feel like that is motivating me and getting me super excited to read again. And so I am finally getting back to the reading mood, and today's actually like the first day of Blackathon and Black History Month, and so I am gonna finish a book on the first day, so that is amazing. I don't think I'm gonna like count it officially, because you know it's like, since it's kind of like a competition, and at the end, you know, it's gonna be like the team with the most pages wins. I don't want to include it, even though like I basically read 39% before today, and now I am exactly at the halfway point. Like if there's a way for me to put in like half of the pages, I could do that, but I don't know if that's like gonna be an option. It doesn't matter anyways. Like I have so many exciting plans. I think I'm gonna read a shit ton anyway, so Yeah, but let's talk about the book. So I feel like I don't have that many updates because again, like I didn't read that much more, but I actually also like don't fully remember what I last told you. But now that I'm at the halfway point, I do know that yes, the two main characters fake date at this wedding of the ex-boyfriend of the heroine, Hallie. I love it. And another thing is, I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be really interested in that, and that is the hero in this is the one who like falls in love first. And like right at the beginning, we already find out that he has some feelings deeper than just friendship. And I feel like I actually might have mentioned it already, but that is definitely a thing and I love it. So there's already so much pining and I just like what I love so much about it is that like it has a lot of the elements that I loved in Go Deep, especially I think I mentioned this as well, and that is like they have a really strong friendship and clearly they really care about each other and like trust each other and they're there for each other, but I'm also feeling the chemistry as well. So yeah, I just like Rosie is seriously so fucking amazing and she just writes romance so well and I just love it. But at the same time, it's super cool cuz like this is one of the first books that Rosie wrote, and I can definitely see the improvement as well and just the growth in her writing and all of that. And that is just, I don't know, that's just super cool because, like, at this point, I counted it, I have read like 14, was it 14? Definitely like over 10 of her books. Like, I don't think there's a single author by whom I read more books. So that is really cool. The only thing that I'm not sure I'm fully gonna love is there's some conflict in between, like, they're just like these two women, maybe even, I think it's like mainly two women who clearly have some issues with Hallie and they're just kind of like mean and they have, annoying comments. And I feel like there's gonna be some like frustrating drama with that. But besides that, I'm enjoying it so much. And I feel like I definitely am going to finish it now really quickly. Really need to shut the fuck up now. So yeah, I'm gonna go read Will You Be Mine? And definitely I'm gonna update you once I finish the book.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not.
Hi everyone, so I'm sorry about the trash lighting. I'm gonna try to make this update pretty quick, but I finished Will You Be Mine yesterday after I talked to you. I finished it quite late and I decided to just, update you today, and I really enjoyed it. So it didn't end up being like a 5-star for me, because there were some little things that didn't fully work for me. I feel like there were parts of the plot that like focused on things outside of the romance for quite a while, and that just I felt like kind of like took away a little bit from the romance. But the things that we got with the romance were so good and I enjoyed that so much. Like JT and Hallie were just absolutely wonderful together. I already like mentioned things with that, it was a really fun, amazing book. And if you're looking for best friends to lovers with fake dating, this is perfect. It's kind of also like a vacation setting, and that means I have now read 1,000 books on Goodreads, which means like I have read over 1,000 books in my life, which is absolutely wild. I literally cannot even like comprehend it because it's like, how the fuck, like, I mean, I read like the past 3 years I have read a lot of books, like more than the average person in a year, or even like more than the average reader, honestly. But I still like that just feels like such a huge number. And it's just really cool because there were definitely like, I mean, there were like some books, like quite a few, I guess, before I started using Goodreads. But when I was a kid and like when I was in my like early teenage years, I actually like didn't really read much at all. I remember times when I literally even said it out loud that I was like, I really love writing, but reading isn't really for me. I don't really enjoy it that much. But it just like, it was a time in my life when I focused on entirely different things and I didn't really know books that worked for me. Like, the books that I heard everyone talk about didn't work for me. And then once I started being a little bit more active in the community and like finding out new books, then my love, for reading was ignited and it's only been increasing since. And so, yeah, this is super cool. And I'm so happy that, oh my gosh, this lighting is seriously fucking disgusting. But I'm so happy that I could like share this experience with you. So, yeah, it is actually the day that I filmed the intro to this vlog, and I'm in such a strong reading mood, which is super exciting because the past week I've been feeling kind of weird and I've been struggling to focus on reading a lot. When I decide and make some progress with another book, I am going to update you. I don't know if it's going to be today or tomorrow or, but either way, I'm going to see you in a bit.
You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. We can do nothing at all. So what? If you're stupid, then you know it's nothing wrong.
So it is finally time for quite a few updates. It has been a few days since I last talked to you. I was just kind of like feeling not the best emotionally, physically, had some breakdowns, and yeah, it was a fun time. And so I just took things easy, but I did read, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. So today is actually Monday, the 7th of February, and so that means that today the challenge week that I think I mentioned in the intro is starting. So that is like this whole week, and I remember Jesse saying that you can like either daily vlog or include it in, like a week-long vlog or whatever. So there's, I think, 7 challenges kind of for each day, but like, you don't have to like do all of them or do them like each day. So I don't know if I should start another vlog and then do another vlog for the 24-hour readathon or what. So I think I'm gonna just edit this video a little bit more because I like started, but I don't know exactly the time, and then I'll see. So I might do like a few challenges in here out of them, or just do that in the other video. Let's talk about the books that I read, and I did finish multiple of them without talking to you about it, which I don't love doing, but it's fine. Started and finished The Secrets of a One-Night Stand by Naima Simone. So I'm pretty sure I did mention this to you in like the potential TBR, and so I'm sticking to my TBR at least a little bit. Really proud of that. I really enjoyed it. I mean, like, where do I even start? So the two main characters, they basically have like a one-night stand. Clearly, it's literally in the title. And then for a while they don't see each other, and then the heroine ends up being hired as, I forgot the position, but as like a really high up position in the company that the hero owns with his 2 brothers. So this is a series that follows all 3 of those brothers. So I did read the first book that I think I maybe mentioned to you. I really enjoyed that. And then I read this and also enjoyed it. And then I really want to read the last book as well. It was just a super fun romance. This like imprint, seriously, like most of these books are just so quick to read and so addicting. Like I feel like a lot of them have that like rich people drama vibes, and the romances are usually kind of angsty and like pretty passionate and whatever. Like none of the Harlequin Desire books have been like an all-time favorite or anything, but when I want like a good romance that's not like incredible but like just really fun and quick and good, then that is where I go, and this was exactly that. But it was like one of my favorites. in the imprint. I'm super excited for the next book, like I said, because like the hero in that, oh yeah, another thing that I actually was thinking when I read the book is I feel like this one explores the brother relationship a little bit more than the first book, and I really enjoyed that. It wasn't like a giant part of the book, but like there were some moments that were just really nice. So the third brother in this, like he was there a few times, and he's just like super like flirty and charming and straightforward, and like I just really liked him a lot. And the next book also has the best friends to lovers trope, which I already made it clear that like it's one of my favorite tropes ever. So desperately want to read that, and like you know that I really like something when I want to like read a series really like quickly, like either in a row or just like within 1 week, because I don't actually do that much. So yeah, I read that. And then another ebook that I read was a novella once again, and that was Sips of Her by Carmen Lee. So this is a sapphic black love romance, and it's a novella, and it is just really cute. It's basically like about these two women who meet at this coffee shop. Like one of the main characters is the owner of a coffee shop, and so they just kind of like interact there, and both of them like they're attracted to each other, and you know like they like each other, but they're both just kind of like scared to like ask each other out, and then they end up fake dating. So I don't think I'm gonna say any other details because again, like it's a novella, it's not like super short, but I still tend to like not give that many details for novella because like I personally in general like going into books not knowing much about them. But if you would like to read a cute cozy sapphic story, then I do recommend this, and it's on Kindle Unlimited if you have that. So yeah. And then I have actually 2 physical books that I need to update you on. One of them I'm not going to talk about much because I actually read this for a different video, so I'm going to talk about this a lot more in there, but that is This Poison Heart by Kalyn Bayern. So I didn't fully love this. It is a YA fantasy. It has like a little tiny bit of a sapphic romance, and it is basically like inspired by parts of like Greek mythology, and the main character has the power to like related to like plants and flowers and like making them grow, and she's immune to like poisonous plants, like all those things, which I absolutely love the magic. I did really like Bryce's, the main character, so it wasn't like that I hated the book at all, but I just didn't really love it. The plot is really slow, and like that was kind of like one of the biggest issues that I had. I felt like the entire book was just so slow, and like it's kind of weird. A part of me is like I don't like slow stories, but like I do like them in some cases, but I don't think the case is in fantasy really. But like it just, you know, really depends what other aspects of the story there are. But yeah, so I enjoyed this, but just not as much as I hoped, because I did actually love Cinderella is Dead by Kalyn Bayern, so I feel like that book has quite a lot of like mixed reviews. But I personally really enjoyed that one, like a lot. So I didn't love this as much. Yes, so you can stay tuned. I don't know if I actually like, yeah, I don't think the vlog is gonna be up before this. But either way, in another video, I'm gonna give you like some more detailed thoughts on this. But then I started, the one that I'm like, the book that I'm reading currently is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, and I'm loving it so much. So I got to page 118, so getting near the halfway point, and I am loving it, and I'm so happy because like I mean I expected to love it. It is about Evie and X, and the two of them basically meet at this dance studio, and they end up being like coupled up for like a waltz dance competition, and like oh my god, not only are they really cute, and like Evie doesn't believe in love. She basically saw her dad cheat on her mom, and it was like absolutely horrible, and like all of that, you know, like kind of like shattered her perception of love, and so she is super skeptical about love. And X, he is basically kind of like the opposite, fun and charming, and he definitely like does believe in love, and like, you know, he's just like really positive as well. And so I just love their dynamic and them as characters. And at the same time, another thing that I fucking adore is dancing, and if that wasn't like amazing enough, X is also a singer in a band, and so they just like wrote a song together a little bit, and like I'm so happy. Because, like, dancing and singing are two things that I fucking love so much, and I need more of both of them in my life. And so reading about it is just so wonderful. And also, like, waltz is such a fucking amazing dance. I love it so much. And I actually did like learn it, but I haven't danced it in so long. If there's one thing that I'm not happy about, it's that I'm still scared of the ending, and like there are moments when I just think about it and I'm terrified because I want them to be happy together, and I just don't understand how people manage to read so many books where they don't know if it's going to end well. Like, that is just not the type of reader I am. And like the funny thing is, like, I only have this fear when I know a hint of like that it could have a bittersweet ending, or like someone told me that like someone dies or whatever. Other than that, I always like expect a happy ending and I hope for a happy ending. And let's just say it has gotten me in trouble before, and like especially with fantasy. Like, I mean, the type of fantasy that I tend to read usually does have a happy ending, thank God. But like I do play with fire sometimes when it comes to this, and I need to like check it more, because like I just can't take the pain. Like I hate it. Like I fucking hate it. So I don't know like how it actually ends, but I'm scared. Either way, I'm enjoying it so much, and it's so quick to read, and so I'm so happy I picked it up, and I still cannot get over this cover. So yeah, I've been like trying to figure out what to pick for an audiobook, and I still feel conflicted. Like the past 2 weeks, I have really just not been in an audiobook mood, which is super weird for me, because that is actually like basically the like format that I feel like I do the most. And based on my statistics, I actually read ebooks more, but I feel like I listen to audiobooks all the time and I rely on it really a lot, and it is like the easiest for me most of the time, and now it feels like the hardest. So I'm not like the happiest about it, but like it's okay. Yeah, I also have Starbucks, which I'm really excited to drink. So I think I'm gonna take a bit of a YouTube break before getting back to reading. But no, the straw, was the straw here this whole time? Because that does not look nice.
You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me that you're fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me that you're fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
Hi everyone, so I I look kind of rough, and I feel like it's only gonna get worse, and here is why. So I have been reading Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, and I got to page 210. As you can see, there's not a lot left. I have 75 pages left. And I'm terrified. And I already told you about this, but I'm loving the book so much. Like, so far, it's a 5-star for me. I was already scared, and now I just saw CW on Twitter. She is a blogger, and she is actually, did I mention Pondathon in this vlog? She's hosting the readathon called Pondathon. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but it is an absolutely wonderful readathon, and her blog is called The Quiet Pond, and so like you can find all the information there. I'm going to link it all down below. Probably going to talk about it a little bit more later, but the point is, she just tweeted about how she is like 80% into the book and like sobbing and stuff. So I had hope that this would have a bittersweet ending. I was like, yeah, I'm probably going to cry, and like, you know, it's gonna be sad, but it's gonna be okay. Like, that is what I kept telling myself. But now I'm like, what if it's not gonna be okay? And like, how the fuck do people handle this? I really want to avoid this book now, but I think like I just need to like now tell you about it and just finish it. Before I go do that, I do have another update, which is I started A Blaze by A.H. Cunningham, and I am really excited for that. So that is an adult romance that I think is not going to break my heart at all, hopefully. So, you know, and I got to like 22% into the book. So it's an adult romance, and it's polyamorous, and all the main characters are Black. So if you're looking for a romance with a polyamorous relationship and Black main characters, this is definitely one that you should check out. And another one that now that I'm like mentioning that I want to read is Harper by Rebecca Weatherspoon, which is also a like MMF polyamorous romance where all the main characters are Black, and so I have heard amazing things about that one, and I think I don't know, like I potentially have it for a reading vlog that I might make just like another time, but I do think that I actually really want to read it this month. But Rebecca actually tweeted that the series is getting audiobooks at the end of the month, so I don't know if I'll wait for that because I do have the ebook. We'll see. Anyways, Ablaze is actually a book that I have as an ARC. I received it from the author, and like it just makes me so happy when authors send me books, and I'm really grateful for that. Actually, I think this video is going to be up before the book is out, but it's coming out on February 14th. And so it's really soon. It is next Monday, and so I'm really excited. So this is actually the second book in a series. The first one is called A Light. I have the ebook of that as well, and I was gonna read it first, but they are like companions. I just wanted to make sure that I finish reading this one before the release date, because I hate when I get an arc and I don't get to it on time, especially when it's indie authors. So that is what I'm going to be reading once this fucking book breaks my heart. So I don't know, like I watch me eat my words later. I was about to say like I don't think I'm going to cry that hard because I haven't been crying that much. So wish me luck. I wish I could just stop here, like they're happy. And I just love them so much. Like, the main characters in this, like, I fucking love them. Like, on their own, as people, and together. And I don't want them to, like, fall. I don't want it to fall apart. I finished the book. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. So I think I'm gonna update you later, like give you my thoughts more in depth later, because right now I need some time to process this shit. This is gonna be my last update where I talk to you about this book and end off the vlog here. It's Wednesday now. And so I think I'm going to take a little break from filming for 2 days. Then during the weekend, I'm going to do the 24-hour readathon. I'm going to do some of the challenge week things in there maybe. And then I'm going to do one more vlog that I'm going to start next week that I might do some of the challenges from the challenge weekend, even though it's like going to be the next week. Like, it literally doesn't matter, So I feel like that is like the smartest decision. So I feel like hopefully I have read enough books in this. I do feel like it's a fun vlog, hopefully. So yeah, anyways, let's talk about this damn book. I finished it, obviously, as you saw, and I still honestly have no idea how to process this book. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Because I'm in shock. Like, I'm in shock. Because, like, the thing is, like, seriously, I feel like I need to give a huge fucking warning, because I can totally see someone, browsing in a bookstore, seeing this book thinking, oh my gosh, that looks so fucking cute. It's all like spring vibes and fun, lighthearted rom-com vibes. Like, that is purely the vibe that it gives. And it's not only the cover, it's also like the synopsis, I feel like. Also, like, just the whole book, except for like the last 20%. Like, obviously during the book, like Evie has some painful things that she needs to deal with and like those kinds of things, but like the overall vibe the whole time is super fun and it's super cute. The romance is super cute, and I feel like the romance is actually like a really big part of the book, and so it's just like super fun, adorable, wonderful, amazing. And then it just like hits you in the face with like a lot of pain. And like, I do think that this book was beautifully done, and there are so many important messages in this. So it is a lot about love in a lot of different ways and whether love is worth it. And I feel like some of the messages in here were just really powerful and beautiful, and I loved that. And like, it was beautiful, but it is not like, it is really fucking sad in the end. Like, I don't want to say too much about the ending, obviously, because I don't want to spoil it, but like, it just be prepared that it's not like a bright, happy, everything is perfect type of ending, and that you are gonna cry. It is gonna be sad. And so just please prepare yourself for that. Cause like while I knew sort of that like it wouldn't end perfectly, I was not prepared for this. Yeah, but I'm still really fucking happy that I read this book, and like I fucking loved this so much. Like it wrecked me. I was not ready, and I don't know what the fuck I should do with myself now, but like it touched my heart so much deeper than I thought. Cuz again, like I kind of thought that this would be a fun lighthearted rom-com that I would really enjoy, but I didn't expect it to be like a new favorite. And I don't know if it's like an all-time favorite book. I need to let it sit for a while, but it's definitely an incredible book. It is a 5-star read for me, and I loved it a lot. And so, yeah, I don't know what more to say about it. So, I did not read that much more of The Blaze. I just like, I actually have been in a physical reading mood, which is super strange because like I'm still not used to it, but I do feel like I'm really like healing my relationship to physical books, and I am loving it. And so I think I'm gonna read a physical book and then continue it like maybe tomorrow. But I decided that I'm just gonna update you on A Blaze in the next vlog, which is gonna be the 24-hour readathon vlog. And that way, you know, like I don't have to pressure myself to finish this vlog. I'm trying to be better about that, and hopefully you all don't mind if I don't finish every single book that I start in a vlog. Please let me know if you do or don't mind, because like while I try to, you know, like work on it on my own, it would be really helpful if I also had other people telling me it's okay, like, you know. I actually don't know if technically instructions for dancing can count for my team, because again, I am in the team romance, and I was just checking Jesse's original video because I wanted to like look at the Google Doc and check out like the challenges, what it is, so that I can like plan for that. And I saw a comment from someone asking about like, you know, just details on like the prompts and like what books count for the team. And Jesse replied that basically any book that like it doesn't have to be for a prompt, but any book within the category of your genre counts for your team. So like it seemed like if I understood it correctly that like the books that count for your team are only the books that are the actual genre of the team. So I misunderstood that. It seems like I'm a little bit nervous now. Like it's fine, you know, like I'm not gonna like worry about it, but I did have some like middle grade books on my TBR, and this like while it does have a romance, it's like not actually like a romance entirely. Yeah, I think hopefully finally that's gonna be it for this vlog. If you made it this far, leave a flower emoji down below. Thank you so much for watching, and again, do make sure to check out all the hosts. Their channels are of course gonna be linked down below, so do subscribe to them and follow them and all of that, and all the information as well like about the readathon is going to be there. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the other videos coming, and I hope you have a great day, and I want to see you soon in another video. Bye.